Hey, I'm Malibu Boats team rider Brian Grubb, and I want to go over a few steps to get you out on the wake surfer for the first time. So now the rope's getting tight, it's pulling you up out of the water, you're in that balled up position, you just want to hold that until your board planes out on top of the water. And by this time, the wave should starting to be forming up, in front of you here, and that's where the real fun's going to begin. So once you're up, you want to just make sure that you're keeping your knees really bent. That's going to keep you kind of stabilized and be able to kind of adapt to like what the board's doing. And I also like to just pull on with my front hand when I have the rope in my hand. It just kind of opens my shoulders up to the wave, and it just makes it a lot easier to kind of ride like with the rope. You can kind of use your back hand for balance, and it's just a really helpful thing when you're first learning. And then I also like to think about, as I keep my knees bent, I'm trying to keep my knees kind of over my toes. And what that does is it creates toe pressure on that toe side rail, and that's kind of how you control the face of the wave, especially when you're first learning and starting out. So as you have that pressure on your toes, it's easy to think about, your front foot, and when you put pressure on your front foot as being kind of like a gas pedal, and then if you kind of move the weight towards your back foot, that's kind of like a brake. And that's kind of how you move back and forth on the wave, is if you want to go towards the boat, you just put more weight on your front foot, and if you want to go away from the boat, you just put a little bit of weight on your back foot. But it's kind of like a happy medium, and you got to kind of be going back and forth between the two. But the goal here is to be riding without the rope. So as you get better, you want to kind of anticipate yourself moving forward and back on the wave and try to stay right in that pocket, which is that sweet spot where you're getting just a nice push towards the boat, and you're not really having to do much work with the board. And once you kind of get that feeling and you're kind of going without the rope and it just has a little bit of slack in it, that's when it's going to be time to throw it, and that's where the real fun begins.